The little puppy had only known the harshness of the streets, a cold, unforgiving world filled with uncertainty. His small body was covered in dirt, his once cute face now crusted with painful scabs, and his eyes, closed from birth, had never seen the world. Passers-by saw him as just another stray, forgotten and alone. But for this puppy, soon to be named Bodok, his life was about to change. One afternoon, too exhausted to move, Bodok lay curled up on the pavement. Then gentle hands lifted him off the cold ground. It was a woman with a heart for rescuing animals. One look at him and she knew he needed help, medical attention, and more than anything, love. Bodok didn't struggle as she held him. Instead, he leaned into her warmth, his tiny body shivering from the stress of street life. His scabbed face and closed eyes made him look fragile, but now, for the first time, he felt safe. As she held him close, Bodok let out a soft sigh and for the first time in a long while, drifted off to sleep in her arms. The woman's eyes filled with tears as she looked down at him, realizing the depth of suffering this small creature had endured. His peaceful slumber in her embrace was both heartbreaking and heartwarming. The streets had taken so much from him, yet now, wrapped in her arms, he found peace. Determined to help him, the woman rushed Bodok to a nearby animal clinic. The veterinarians examined him and gave her the news. His eyes had been closed since birth. He had never seen the world around him. The idea of him being abandoned simply because he was blind struck her deeply. How could he have been left alone to survive on the streets, all because of something beyond his control? But that no longer mattered. Bodok had found someone who would never abandon him. In the days that followed, under her care, Bodok began to heal. Though still weak, he showed signs of hope and trust. He would nuzzle into her lap, his frail body now feeling safe and loved. Every touch, every gentle word reminded him that he was no longer alone. And though he would never see with his eyes, Bodok had finally found the one thing he needed most, a place where he belonged, and a person who loved him for exactly who he was.